This is Cheryl Peterson with the Healing Science Today to consider the living mind. The living mind as unique to the human mind, which is born and dies. How can we know the living mind? Oftentimes referred to as divine mind, immortal mind, spiritual mind, or infinite mind. It comes by steps, by using what we understand today. I grew up on a farm and thought about nature all the time. I can't help but see in nature the work of intelligence, an intelligence distinctive to the human mind. How do plants know when to go into dormancy? How do monarch butterflies and geese know to fly south for the winter? Humans don't tell plants and butterflies what to do. This understanding nudged me to seek this higher intelligence. When operating farm equipment, I genuinely tried to listen to the higher intelligence for safety. And I did hear thoughts that I didn't previously know, and they kept me safe. I used what I understood. But I had to sort through other knowledge in the meantime. Physical science says that intelligence, or knowing, has to do with either human mind, genetics, gravity, electromagnetism, or education. But because there is no one physical source of knowing, it sort of, lacks intelligence. So I explore metaphysical science and discover what I call the living mind, the one source of intelligence for all creation. The next question comes, how do I relate to the living mind? By keeping the relationship faithful to the higher intelligence, which is always expanding, so to speak. Once, when driving the car, I was getting angry at all the harried and hurried and dangerous drivers all around. A reasonable reaction, seemingly. But I found it interesting that I was able to override my mind's anger by taking deep breaths and calming myself. I couldn't help but ask, by what power did I override my own mind? The answer was a moment of relating to the divine mind. As I was conscious of this higher intelligence, my mind or brain moved more wisely without anger. An image appeared, and this image, I had gotten from traveling by airplane. When traveling at night, I look out the plane window down and I see streams of vehicle lights on the roads crisscrossing across the land. Big trucks, little cars, motorcycles, all with their headlights beaming forward in continuous flows of light, like rivers moving, unstoppable. Sure, there were probably a few accidents across the states, which makes me feel badly, but in the bigger picture, and if I am any indicator of the random brain's knowing, I know that most of those drivers are barely thinking about driving. Drivers are thinking about what to get for dinner, what the coworker said yesterday, or trying to remember the children's soccer schedule, or maybe praying for peace. Or it's disgusted because it missed the exit, or it's wishing for a bathroom, or drumming the steering wheel to music. But despite all these moving vehicles, despite all that brain action or human-mindedness, something is keeping a lot of distracted people safe and useful. That's something I call the living mind, the higher intelligence. I also call it grace, power, presence, goodness fulfilled, the existence of intelligence, manifest as us and creation. It's understandable, practical, and relatable. From the Message, the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus said, "Love the Lord your God with all your passion and prayer and intelligence. This is the most important, the first on any list, but there is a second to set alongside it. Love others as well as you love yourself. These two commands are pegs. Everything in God's law and the prophets hangs from them."